A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a pre-holiday address from the White House on Wednesday, U.S. President Donald Trump aimed to present his first year back in office as a resounding success. However, many observers are questioning the validity of his claims as he deflects concerns about the rising cost of living and offers scant details on new policies. Trump opened his speech with a bold statement. "Good evening, America. 11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it." This sentiment set the tone for a nearly 20-minute address that heavily featured his predecessor, Joe Biden, whom Trump blamed for a multitude of issues facing the nation today. From the economy to crime and healthcare, Trump made it clear that he believes the current challenges are not of his making. He asserted, "What a difference a year makes," while dismissing consumer concerns about high prices, claiming that the United States is on the brink of an unprecedented economic boom. The setting of the speech, delivered from the diplomatic reception room rather than the Oval Office, allowed Trump to adopt a more rally-like demeanor reminiscent of his campaign speeches. Standing behind a podium flanked by American flags and adorned with holiday garland, he spoke rapidly, delivering familiar talking points with little empathy for the struggles of everyday Americans facing soaring costs for food, housing, and holiday expenses. His only festive greeting came at the end with a brief "Merry Christmas" and "Happy New Year." Despite speculation from White House officials that Trump would unveil new policy initiatives, the address largely recycled themes from his previous campaigns. He mentioned upcoming aggressive housing policies, hinted at naming a new Federal Reserve chair, and announced a plan to send $1,776 checks to U.S. troops, but offered no substantial new details. Instead, the speech echoed his past rhetoric, including accusations against the Somali community in Minnesota and criticisms of men competing in women's sports. Notably, foreign policy issues, particularly the escalating tensions with Venezuela, received little attention. Trump has been increasing pressure on Venezuela's leadership and ordered a blockade of sanctioned oil tankers. But these topics were overshadowed by his focus on domestic issues. For the majority of the address, he adhered to advice from allies to concentrate on kitchen table issues. However, his claims about the economy were met with skepticism. While he pointed to a decrease in the price of eggs and gas, many of his statistics were misleading or unverified. The AAA national average for gasoline, for example, was reported at $2.90, contrary to Trump's assertion of prices dropping to $2.50 in many areas. Furthermore, Trump's narrative of immigrants stealing jobs and resources from Americans was met with backlash, as studies show that immigrants contribute significantly to the economy. The president's address comes at a time when his economic approval ratings have hit a low, with many Americans expressing dissatisfaction with their financial situations. With the 2026 midterm elections on the horizon, Trump's attempt to reshape public perception through this address is seen as crucial for maintaining support among his base. As he prepares for the upcoming election cycle, the disconnect between his optimistic rhetoric and the reality faced by many Americans will likely remain a contentious point in the political landscape. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.